Hello and welcome back to Gasoline Guns. Today I'm going to be doing a review of my 2002 Honda VFR800 VTEC Interceptor. I've already had several videos up about this bike, and I realized I hadn't actually talked about it at all. Its general stats are pretty easy to find online, but strangely not very consistent. I think the European models are different than the American models, because depending on where you look, you find different stats. I found 3 different weight listings for dryer weights, listing from 471 pounds to 489 pounds, and with wet weights ranging from 510 pounds to 540 pounds. Now, the model was available with and without ABS, and I wasn't able to figure out which of these weights are ABS and not. But ABS generally only adds like 10 or so pounds. But the variance between the wet and the dry weight makes sense, considering that this model has a 5.8 gallon fuel tank, which is actually kind of enormous for a fully faired sport bike. But the VFR in this gen, the 6th gen bikes, are really not purebred sport bikes anymore. They really differentiated from the CBR family, and they're much more sport touring bikes, much heavier than a traditional sport bike would be. But you know, some weird things about this bike is instead of having a single radiator mounted in front of the engine, like you would normally find on a water-cooled Japanese bike, this has 2 radiators mounted on either side of the engine. I think it's kind of a dumb setup. To be honest, they've remedied it in the current production model. The idea was they put the engine further forward, you know, weight further over the front wheel, so yada yada yada. And having 2 radiators let them have a higher volume of water. It's supposedly like 7% better cooling or something like that. And this motor does run hot. I usually see running temps in the range of like upper 160s to mid 70s. Today it was probably 55 degrees outside, not sunny, and I was running mid 160s today. On a hot day, it'll go well into the lower 200s. This does have an electric fan for both radiators in the event that airflow isn't enough, and that activates quite a lot. It does run very, very hot. I think the reason I don't like the side mount radiators, and then I'm glad they went away from them in the current gen, is that one of the advantages of the V4 is it narrows the engine, since your engine's only 2 cylinders wide instead of 4 cylinders wide. So normally on a V4 you would have a narrower waist of the bike because the engine would be narrower. But by putting the radiators on the side of the motor, they almost negated that, and this V4, instead of being like a rectangle, it's like a cube. It's kind of annoying. It's called the Interceptor 800, but that's more, it's kind of a lie. It's actually 781 cubic centimeters, so it's really more a board over 750. Power from that motor is kind of hard to find a solid number on. Wikipedia lists it at 55 foot-pounds and 104 horsepower. I think that's kind of optimistic. Motorcyclists.com dyno test of an actual motorcycle on an actual dyno revealed 54 foot-pounds and 99.1 horsepower at the wheel, and that was on a brand new bike. I don't think mine makes quite that much. I think I'd be really surprised if mine made more than 95, 90 or so. And it's not a light bike. but it still manages some decent numbers. It's in the 0 to 60. These things are supposed to be good for 3.3 to 3.5 depending on where you look, and quarter-mile times not as good, to be honest. These were ranging between 11.2 and 11.4 depending on where I was looking. So that's the weight getting in the way. Top speed is supposedly 151 electronically limited. I couldn't actually find any references of anyone actually doing that, but I don't see why it wouldn't. It feels like it has plenty of power. I've never had it anywhere near that high, but anyway, these motors are actually they have the VTEC, which is interesting. It's really complicated, and I don't have enough video time to explain it, and I don't have enough technical knowledge to explain it either. But the short of it is, in the low revs, it only uses 2 valves per cylinder, and then once you hit 6,800 RPMs, it activates the other 2 valves, and now you have a 4-valve head. And it's supposed to give you good low-end torque and good top-end power. And I don't think it does, but I like it. And here's why. Because even though it doesn't give you, I don't think it gives you better low-end. You still have 4 valves in the top end where you really want to be. And the transition into VTEC is exciting. It's kind of like coming on to boost in a turbo car. It doesn't make you faster. It feels like you're going faster. Sure, you'd be better off if you were boosted the whole time. But that moment when you go from not having power to having power is fun. It's cool to, it's fun to ride that middle range of the torque and just go through that little boost. And when the motor's in its 4-valve bit in the upper rev range, it's a really entertaining motor. I don't really have anything wrong to say about the motor. The V4 is a great sound. It has good balance. It doesn't vibrate. I really enjoy the way it doesn't sound like a straight 4. It doesn't sound like an inline. And that's nice. It does have better low end than a mid. It does have better low end than an inline, or at least the other inlines that I've ridden. And this is a great bike. It's really everything that I would like in a motorcycle. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost boringly competent without being boring, I guess. It's sporty enough that I've never exceeded its limits on the road. I haven't taken it to the track or anything like that. But its limits are much higher than I'll ever achieve. Its limits are much higher than I'm willing to try on the road. And it's perfectly all-day comfortable. I've done 700-mile days on this thing. No problem. And that huge fuel tank helps. It doesn't really get that great mileage. Cruising on the freeway, I'll be lucky to do like 45. I usually average like not quite 40. But at the same time, I like to hammer on that accelerator, on that throttle. No, it's got good style. It's a little dated. The undertail exhaust is not really in anymore, but single-sided swing arms are sweet. I don't care who you are. Single-sided swing arms are sweet. And they're great for maintenance, because, I mean, it's so much easier to take the wheel off. It's just 4 lug nuts and you're done. Instead of like messing with axles and having to take your chain off and undo your swing arm and all that nonsense. These things come with center stands, which is a thing that's so convenient. You know, they're not popular on super sports. They're wasted weight. I mean, it's probably 15 pounds of metal making up that center stand and the bracket and the spring bracket and all that stuff. It's probably 15 pounds right there. And I mean, you don't need a gas tank that big. You'd probably save quite a bit more weight with a small gas tank. But all those bits are what make this thing a good motorcycle. Center stand means you can change your own oil real easy. It means I can take the wheel off this thing in like 15 minutes. And I'm freaking incompetent. If you watch my unlowering video, you saw I'm no good. And I could still manage to do all that. No jack stands, no nothing. Just using the bike and Craftsman tool set. So you can get both wheels off easy with that center stand. But that's all I got time for today. I think I'll put up a second part of this later. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe. And more will be coming soon. Ride safe.